I think I have a different take on this. I think um, it's not about driving a wedge between sustainable fashion and fashion generally. I think we are at a point of time where, let's say, print was maybe 20 years ago when online newscasters started popping up, right? Um, it's We need to transition the fashion industry into a much more transparent and sustainable industry, simply because it is producing in a way that is ineffective and unsustainable and ultimately harming the environment. The way to do that is something very complex, right? It's a task that we are not going to solve now in 15 minutes of conversation. But one of the ways is that we need to, well, there's several ways and technologies that are already starting to appear. One is to make the supply chain more transparent. And what we were talking just before we started, we were having this private conversation, is that right now with COVID, we had an interesting phenomenon where the big retailers just pulled the plug on their supply chain. And because the supply chain is so fragmented and untransparent, so many companies on the chain could not even claim that they were owned something, right? There was, as Ludovico said, there was an email sent out that the next payment will be in June. And then from March to June, you had zero orders and zero payments. And you had a lot of bricks on the supply chain behind you who are waiting for payments to be paid. And so this needs to change. And I think it's really a great opportunity for companies now. And when, like a couple of months ago, if you go to a producer or a factory or a fabrics manufacturer and talk to them about the blockchain, they'll just laugh at you. It's not on the agenda. It's not part of their business. But now they realize why it is important that this blockchain technology becomes part of their business, because that's going to put them on the map. It's going to put them there as part of the supply chain. And you can no longer pretend that they don't exist, because they are provenly on the supply chain. So that's one way to go about it. And the other one, like generally, I think it is important to start thinking about circularity in materials and circularity in the way we design. For example,